Let's go, ragazzi! Inter 2! Holy hell, it's happening. It's actually happening. It's actually happening. I'll say it one more time. It's actually happening. It might be happening. There's not a chance it won't happen because it's actually fucking happening. I'm just gonna bring him in so far. If I don't bring you in, I'll just keep swearing and swearing and swearing. It's happening, it's happening. We're doing it. Inter da Scudetto. Raul, my brother,
It's
thanks for joining us.
coming, no, it's coming, no,
Congratulations.
it's coming, Scudetto's coming, no.
Inter are going to be champions of Italy, barring the worst apocalypse of footballing history, worse than when Liverpool thought COVID was going to take away their Premier League title. That's how bad it would be. But at the end there, just tuning in and watching back and forth, I started to de-stress because I was around some pretty stress-free company. Guys, I know the game's over, but if you did not, go and head over to Uncle Sharma's channel after this stream and watch our watch along. It was too cruisy for my liking, but my guy, talk to
Hey
us,
man,
bro.
hey man, that was like the typical performance from Inter this season. Creating chances. How many times did we hit the post? Like 2 times, 3 times. But in the end, why was I so comfortable, bro? Because of this. This team just gets the job done, and this is why we deserve the Scudetto. We get the job done.
Dude, everyone's commenting Scudetto 19, fantastic. Bruno, Western Sydney Wanderers winning the Sydney Derby, followed by Inter. My guy, I'll let them celebrate that. That's the first one they'll get it, and probably the last one they'll get in a while. But Cesare says -1. Yeah, it's -1, bro. 1 point, and we seal the Scudetto. Sharma said it on his channel. He still wants to win it at Sampdoria. Now, after beating Crotone, I want to do it at Sampdoria as well. I want to do it at Sampdoria as well. As long as we put these little 3 points away, now we can do it at Sampdoria, bro. So maybe Atalanta whips us Swallow, which won't be easy, but let's not talk too much about that. Raul, I just want to know overall, man, like this season, bro, we're coming into match day 34, bro, and it's dusted. Match day 34. That's insane, man. It feels stressful on the way, but when you look back at that, capital D, bro, that's a dominant campaign, bro.
Bro, yeah, that's what I've been saying to you. It's felt very anticlimactic to me. I know we've been waiting 11 years, and obviously I should be on my knees for anything we were given, like any crumbs of title. But I was expecting something, like something that goes down to the wire. Remember when the calendar came out at the start of the season? We saw the second last game was going to be Juventus, and we were like, yeah, that's going to be a deciding match, isn't it? And now it's like that match is going to be nothing. That match is going to be nothing for Juve. It's going to be, they're fighting for their top four. They're fighting for their life. But for us, we're just going to be like, yeah, we might put Pinamonti out there. We might put, Vecino out there. We put Ranocchia, Kolarov. We don't care. So, guys, this Scudetto's been dusted for a while. We've just been too scared to say it. We've just been, being, superstitious, scared, whatever you want to say. But we've known for a few weeks, Anthony. If you know deep down, that Inter won this Scudetto a while back.
Dude, we won this Scudetto a long time ago, but I can't say it. I'm not allowed to say it. I would never say it. Even if I didn't have all the accountability of the camera in the face 3 times a week, I still wouldn't say it. And even my dad, who doesn't follow Inter anywhere near as religiously as I did, he has this amazing story about how he played indoor cricket with Christian Vieri as a young kid. And because of that reason, he just stuck with Inter, bless him. I'm so glad that he chose this beautiful club. But he's been stressing as well. Even I've been going up to him going, Dad, we won again. Like, look how many points in front. And I can see the look on his face. Like, he's just looking at me like, but I've seen you suffer. I haven't seen you happy in 10 years. And like, it's happening, bro. It's happening. And I'm so happy, Raul, man. I'm happy for you. I'm happy for me. And I can't wait until we mathematically wrap it up, because I just can't wait to go on and just congratulate all the fans, because they deserve it. We deserve this happiness, bro. This Scudetto, I said this before and I'll say it more later on. This Scudetto is more than just football, man. This Scudetto represents happiness and gains in your mental strength over what has been such a horrible year for the world, bro. It's It's more than just a football title to me. Il numero 19 will always mean more to me. And it's going here next to the tattoo, that's for sure.
Hey, bro. Hey, if I was doing tattoos, I would definitely get one. But, bro, as you said, Interisti deserve this more than anyone. Like, we've been through hell for the last 10 years. Okay, maybe not the whole 10 years, but at least 6 or 7 of those years have been absolute hell. But still, Interisti packing out the San Siro, still, average most spectators at the San Siro in the stadium in Italy, backing this team through the hardest periods of, Gabi goals and, all. Oh, hey, Mr. New Dad in the building. This guy's got many things to celebrate this year.
My God. Oi, bro. The stress that's going to be off our shoulders when we see each other next. Like, my God. My God. Are you relaxed, man? Are you finally relaxed?
I'm shaking still. It's 11 years in the making. 11 years in the making. And, last year we were so close, but we're never really that close. But this year, I could just feel it from the beginning. And like Uncle Sharma said earlier on, it's been anticlimactic, but we've been so dominant. And I think just being an Inter supporter, even now, you're still like, we still need the 1 point. We needed to beat Shakhtar to qualify for that next round of the Champions League, and we couldn't even do that.
Yeah.
We need 1 point, and it's still 1 point. But I think the one thing I do take away from today is Juve, Milan, Napoli all officially ruled out.
Cannot win the Scudetto. Yes, they can't win it. They can't win it.
Atalanta are happy with second, highest ever finish for Atalanta in their history. But it's surreal. It's
while I've got you here, because I'm conscious of what's going on in your house at 4 a.m. Did you actually watch the whole game, brother? And what did you think of it? Because my God, what a pain in the cooler! Cause still 1-0 up until the 94th minute, like every other game.
I've been up since 4 a.m. yesterday.
My
daughter woke me up, and I was going to go to bed, and I was like, if I go to bed, I'm not waking up until lunchtime tomorrow, so I'm watching this game.
Yeah, true.
Thank God I did. Now I've got to try and calm myself down to get to sleep, because
me too,
right
bro.
now I'm on a high. I'm on euphoria. I'm feeling it. I know it's coming. And
yeah, bro, it's coming, man. Like, it's actually coming. It's not maybe happening or there's a chance. Like, it's actually happening.
Yeah, and you know what? And this is something those treble-winning fans, the people who joined following that treble-winning season, they haven't felt this before, because then that they haven't been through the ups and downs of Inter. But I just feel, my whole childhood, it's been the dream, Italy lifting that World Cup trophy, Italy winning Inter winning the Champions League, all of that stuff. But I feel this eclipses all of it just because of the circumstances of the status of the Serie A for the last 10 years. I just feel this is probably one of the most triumphant if not the most triumphant of our 19 Scudetti.
Bro, before I'll go back to Uncle Sharma, Bruno, we're the same age and we grew up in like very similar areas of Southwest Sydney. So as Inter fans, we were quite spoiled in our high school years. We won 5 Scudetti in a row. I took each one more for granted as they came. Bro, the story of the Champions League final for me, I don't even know if we graduated the same year, but I had my English HSC final the day of, the Champions League final. So I was studying all night. I woke up in the morning. I was that confident we were going to beat Bayern Munich in the Champions League final. I woke up, got to the couch, passed out flat for about 73 of the minutes in the Champions League final. Wake up, my dad's shaking me. He's like, Anthony, son, you've just won the Champions League. I'm like, yeah, I know, piss off. I got to sleep, man. And I went back to sleep. Since that day, Bruno, I don't know what it's like to feel like a league champion. I will never take it for granted again. And that's what I mean, how much more this means. This is the first league title of a newborn football fan without that high school ego, without that entitlement. And It feels good, my bro. Like it feels different. It feels proper different. What about you, Raul?
Yeah, man, I'm the same. You know, I was last time we won title. I can't remember how old was I. 10 years. So I was probably like 16, 17 years old, man. I was a completely different person. You know, we're different people from back then. Last time we won the fucking Scudetto. So yeah, it feels very different. It's I'm gonna enjoy this, guys. It's hard to enjoy this because it's like, you know, in the UK the lockdown is still quite strict there, so you can't really do much in terms of partying. But yeah, I'm gonna make sure to enjoy this one. Big Mo,
100%. Mo is back in the building. When did you get that fresh top, bro? What a surprise there. When did that come? He's premiering it. You've been holding this, bro. You've been holding it for when it was like 99.9999% guaranteed.
Yeah, the new logo right here, guys, right here. Hey, Bruno, what's up, man?
look at us with the old logo. Mo come in with the new logo.
I didn't like it, but look at Mo repping that, bro.
Like
he looks fantastic.
I got it here, and my wife said, "That looks odd. Well, what is this?" I'm like, "You're not going out with me like this." You're like, "Okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's for Scudetto winning people."
That's it. Man, I've been flicking through comments inconsistently, so we're like off topic. Nah, Biggie, hopefully Lazio will do the job. Let's go back a few comments, shall we, boys? I wanted to bring this one up again. Damani Norman says, hello, boys, my two favorite Interesta boys. It's all done and dusted. Yes, I've seen you here before, Damani, and I wanted to say thank you for always commenting on the Inter Worldwide post-match streams. Nah, Biggie, who's around all the time, says this is not Pazza Inter, this is Conte's Inter. 100%, but Conte's Inter is not without an element of Pazza, Bruno. Bruno, 1-0, 1-0. 1-0. Like we have not. When was the last time we had a 2-goal lead, gentlemen? Does anybody want to remind me when we had a 2-goal lead? Besides today, thanks, smartass. Anybody else want to remind me when we didn't have a 2-goal lead? That's right. No one can think off the top of their head. It's been a while, bro. We just haven't been able to put these games to bed. But for some reason, Conte loves it. It's like he thrives on it, bro. I feel like when the goals get disallowed in the 92nd minute, he's actually cheering, Bruno.
Look, if I win 1-0 or if I win 5-0, I still get 3 points. All right? Still get 3 points. And I think Mourinho said it. I think it was pretty sure it was Mourinho. I'd rather win 5 1-0 matches than 1 5-0 match. And we saw it when Conte was at Juventus. They were undefeated for almost 2 seasons where it was just 1-0, 1-0, 1-0, 1-0. And us as Inter fans over the last couple of years, it's never 1-0. It's 1-0 until the 88th minute, and then it's 1-1. And if we're lucky, it stays 1-1. So it's just it's phenomenal.
Where's the hashtag Conte out, boys? Where's the hashtag Conte out? Come out from hiding.
Show your face. Yes, show your face. We know who you are. We know who you are. We know who you are.
We know who they all are, bro. There's more than a few of them, to be honest, man. And boys, like, let's talk a little bit about just briefly, some season-defining moments, because that's another great idea, and I can't wait to do a video on that. Some real season-defining moments. I'll probably call you in on that one, Zeal, as well, man. Like, there are so many moments this season that really define Inter in terms of that psychological fortitude and moving forward. I mean, it's one thing to win games in sport, but it's another thing to consistently back it up time and time and time again. But there were a few moments of adversity along the way that really shaped this Inter side. And I'll just say it first and foremost, the first fire up Inter's ass, it actually wasn't this season. And I know Bruno will agree with me. It was the Europa League final. The Europa League final was the start of this season. Bruno's had his say on that before. I'll let him briefly go about it again. And then I want to hear what you boys think were some like real fundamental moments in this season, because I've got a few more up here. Go, Bruno.
Look, the Europa League final was one of those bittersweet moments where at the time we were all ruining, and, you know, that Lukaku own goal and so forth. But it was like Anthony said, it was the catalyst. It was that spark that started this Inter fire, and it really motivated the team. But I feel there were this season, there were 2 moments that defined Inter's season. The first one being being eliminated in 4th place in the Champions League, Conte came out straight away and said, we are going to win the Scudetto. We can't do that with Champions League. And I think that mentality moved into the team's mentality as well. I just feel they knew that they had to get this done. And it wasn't just for, the board and all of that crap and for Conte's job. I think the pressure of the fans really got to them as well, because I have never seen, and I think, Anthony, you can vouch for me, in Australia, there's a very limited Serie A following, and 90% of that Serie A following is Juventus fans. And when you go to the shops and you start seeing Inter jerseys, you're starting to think, all right, I can see this happening. The other season-defining moment actually didn't even come in the Serie A. It was the Eriksen goal in the Coppa Italia against Milan. It was
big call.
That moment where Conte decided, I'm going with this man. I have shaped him. He has done what I've needed him to do. He is my man now. And we got that consistency within the team. We got that consistency every week. We started that 11-game win streak.
That's a much deeper answer, bro. Like that's good. I didn't think about it that way, because Eriksen came off the bench in that game, and after that free kick, Conte pretty much said, well, not even I can bench this guy now. And that's when we started to get that real fluid formation that went on that winning streak. So I never even thought about it like that.
And the Juventus win, when we beat Juventus, come on, that's enough to fire up any team.
Yeah, that was the big train. Zeal, my man, what a season. When I'm looking back on it now, how lucky were we? You said it almost every week on your channel, we've been spoiled. We really didn't have to struggle or worry too much, apart from maybe the UCL. But what about you, man? Your fundamental moments of the season that really propelled us to where we sit right now?
To me, it was the moment when we beat Juventus, man. That Juventus match, I became convinced. I mean, I've been saying Scudetto since the start of the season, but that Juventus one, that moment, that Vidal, Vidal, hey, put some respect on Vidal's name. I know a lot of people disrespecting Vidal this season. Vidal kissing, what they said, he kissed the badge and all that kind of stuff before the match. And then he dunked on Danilo's head to score that goal. And then he kissed or whatever. He was laughing and hugging with Pirlo after the match. That's an iconic moment. Those are iconic moments from Vidal. I don't care that he's been a flop. That one moment from Vidal is worth every 6.5 million, whatever he gets paid.
100%. I was about to say, bro, if someone was to say, Vidal, do you regret the 6.5 mil? I go, nope. That goal is worth exactly 6.5 million euros in my book, man. Like, I'll take
what about Conte giving the finger to Agnelli? I think that was everything.
Huge. We know Conte actually doesn't give a flying fuck about the Coppa Italia, to be honest. So I don't think Conte does that in a Serie A game, to be honest. I think in that moment he was almost like in a little bit of a rebel mode. But he knew we were on the path. Mo, don't think I have left you out, bro. Those moments, bro. A couple of those moments this season that really propelled Inter forward to, the inevitable Scudetto 19.
I think, to be honest with you, you guys have seen my reactions all the time. I always believed in Conte from the first game, even the Fiorentina game that we won. I like Conte even when he was like a Chelsea, Juve coach. Because I like the grinta. I like this Italian grinta of you know what, I'm a winner. Because he had the same thing as Mourinho back in the days with he's a winner, Guardiola winner, stuff like this. But the match that honestly I felt like we can do it is Napoli, when we won 1-0 and we were shit. That game showed me that this Conte team, I think this is when one of you guys, I can't remember, Zio or Anthony, said this is a Conte style team. This is what a champion would do. Win against a big team like Napoli, just grab the win and go. And at that point, I felt like, you know what, we can win this Scudetto. This Milan team is not as good as people say they are. And this Juventus team is going to have it falls all over again, like Pirlo, and Cristiano is not going to be scoring every day. And this is what happened. And But also the second one is like, to be honest, that Juventus win felt like, to me, it felt like we won the Scudetto because it was a hard-fought one, like game, and we won it as the better team. It was not just grabbing and going, you know. It was just putting your authority. You're controlling the game. You're a team that you're the better team in this league. It's nobody else. It's your league to lose. Even if we were, I can't remember if we were first. I didn't think we were first at that point, but we were the better team in that league. Milan were winning tons of penalties. Yes, with the opponent, the performances, but these two games made me feel like we're gonna win this Scudetto. This is ours. This is why I was always calm. I always had the trust in these players, and I just can't say more other than I've been a supporter for Inter since '98, and I'm older than you guys probably, and I've lived through hell. Like all the 2003 Champions League semi-final against Milan was shit. The Materazzi Roy Costa thing, I watched that live. You guys that see that picture, and I've seen us winning the Scudetto from the 06 to 2010, and I've seen all the banter, the Stramaccioni, the Materazzi, all this shit. The Guarin, when Guarin was the superstar of the team, and I can't believe that I'm saying this now. If I go back in a time machine and think that Freddy Guarin was our superstar, that was
Hey,
like,
respect Freddy Guarin, man.
I knew it. I knew Sharma was like waiting. He like proper got vexed.
dude, I like the player, but he can't be a superstar. You have to
Yeah,
have
no,
the
I agree.
Lukaku's, the Eriksen, the De Vrij. Like these are superstars. These are the people that win you Scudetto. Huh?
Kuzmanovic.
Oh man, I just don't tell Bruno. Is like I think someone from Twitter shared a lineup, and it had Kehrer. You guys remember Kehrer? Like
Rene Kreen.
Rene Kreen. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
D'Ambrosio was the only survivor from that. I know which one you mean. It was like Isaac Donkor, Pinamonti up front.
Oh.
No, not Pinamonti, Bonazzoli, sorry.
Guys, I'm fasting and I'm getting like my blood pressure is going down when Zio's saying this stuff. I'm like, my blood pressure is going down.
I'm going to relieve you for a second. Zio, I'm conscious of your time and I know you need to head off, bro. So I'm going to tag you in with someone. You might just want to say hi to him before you jet. Oh, it's big, man. Big Mario Galliano joins the stream.
What's up?
Your camera's too far, bro. You need to move it closer in. Yeah, there you go. That's good.
You look like every 55 to 60-year-old who tries to FaceTime their niece and nephew on Christmas, bro. My man. Nah, you look great. Zil Sharma, what a pleasure it's been to be with you over the last like 2.5 hours now. 2 hours now, pretty much, man. It's been great. Thanks for your support.
Ciao ragazzi, Forza Inter, and enjoy number 19.
Bye-bye.
Absolutely, man. We're doing it. Mario, how are you, man? Did you watch the game, sir? How did you find it? How are you feeling knowing that it's pretty much done? It's inevitable.
I caught the second half. I saw my boy come on and change the game. So you know how it is. Nothing gets better.
It is. So just for in case you guys are live under a rock on Inter Worldwide, Mario is Ericsson FC's president. He's Ericsson's biggest supporter. But in light of that as well, he also has a fair bit to say about Stefano Sensi. Now, whether he means most of it, I still don't know whether it to be true. But maybe run us through Stefano Sensi's performance today first, Mario. You know, be honest, it was pretty good. But Conte, what an amazing sub for Ericsson.
I missed the first half, as per usual.
Okay.
But you know, I expect nothing less. Ericsson is twice the player Sensi will ever be in minutes and in performance-wise. So that's all I need to say about that.
Scudetto, bro, it's coming. I know you've been pretty calm. Maybe not as calm as Christian. Definitely nowhere near as panicky as I am. You're like right in the middle pretty much. But you must be feeling pretty good. But you've been feeling pretty calm the last few weeks anyway. Overall, what do you make of the season now? Looking back on it, we've pretty much had a stranglehold on it. Even though Mo just said before, we're really just waiting for Milan to show their fragilities. They were getting a lot of lucky penalties. We've been the best team in this competition all year. So how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. We grinded it out. You know, we got what we deserved. We put the money. We put the pieces in place. And it's just good to see that it all worked out for once. That we're not buying all these useless players and wasting money and bringing in 1,000 managers. We brought in Conte. He said he's gonna bring success. He's gonna have a plan. He brought it. He's getting us a Scudetto. He's gonna get us something next year. I hope. That's the idea. But it's a relief after so much mediocrity of all the terrible decisions we've made over the past 10 years.
Yeah, it really is. I'm going back to Bruno. In terms of today's game, who was your man of the match, and who would you say was the flop of the match?
Lukaku, man of the match, as always.
Wow.
I just feel he is pivotal in, he hit the post, he set up Eriksen. He was he's the man. He's our go-to man. He should have had a goal of his own. He came close many times, but Handanovic might be leading from the back, and he's done a fantastic job of organising our defence back there. But Lukaku's controlling the team at the front. Honourable mention to Stefano Sensi. It's the first time he started in a very long time, but flop of the match. It's a hard one.
Hey Bruno, let's say who played worst. Let's not say flop. Let's say who played the worst of the good ones.
I'd say Damian was missing in the sense of the larger scheme of things. He just did not step up at all. And I think the substitute for Perisic was very well justified, and you could see it just changed the game altogether. I feel Damian there wasn't much defending to do, and in attack they just shut him down. When you've got 11 men in their half defending, it's hard for a player like Damian to be creative.
Well done, bro. I was literally about to say, you're asking Damian to try and perform a skill set he's actually never had in his repertoire, and that's go in the attacking phase as a wing back. So I actually think he was he makes himself, he covers the ground well. I actually think he covers the sides well, and his awareness of where to be is absolutely fantastic. But you're right, when the guy's got the ball at his feet, he is very, very, very limited. So, you got to get him into space. Mario only watched the second half, I think, so we'll go to Mo next. What about you, man?
So to me, the worst, based on the level that I'm expecting today, was Barella, to be honest. I did not see the Barella again. Like, it's just, as we said, Anthony, he seemed like he didn't know where to be most of the time, losing 50-50 challenges. And it doesn't mean that he played bad, but this is not Barella standard. This is not the best midfielder in Italy that we used to praise every week in the last 2-3 months, right? This is why, like Darmian, I'm not expecting a world-class performance from Darmian every day, right? But Barella, based on what I've seen in the last 3-4 months, I'm expecting Barella to put the shift in and play better than this. As for the best player in the game, I have to say Lukaku, but also shout out to Eriksen, man. The guy came in that. It's not easy to come in under the game in the first 5-10 minutes, and then you're right into the game from the first pass, the first shot. He was into the game as he was never a substitution. He was a starter, which is something that requires a lot of mental strength, and also to Conte a lot of preparation from to get everybody involved. So it's Lukaku and Eriksen for me. Sensi played good, but Eriksen, as Mario said, literally changed the game.
Was Barella holding his shoulder towards the end of the game?
Yeah, he looked like he was hurt a lot throughout that game, and when he wasn't complaining physically, he looked annoyed at things going on. Like, I swear, like, the guy was actually behaving like a bit of a kid on the pitch today. I'm not gonna lie. Throwing his arms up as early as the 15th minute. I don't know. Maybe it's just his nature.
In all seriousness, now we're looking back on the result, we shouldn't have had that second goal allowed. It was a clear foul by Barella.
Well, yeah. Honestly, the goal, I barely seen the goal, bro. I was too busy setting up the stream. I was just happy it got allowed. Is it a foul on halfway?
I respectfully disagree. Respectfully disagree with you.
Look,
I'm gonna watch this goal, bro.
I just feel if and I say this when it comes to everything, if that was in the second minute of the game, would the referee have blown the whistle? Yes, he would have blown the whistle. He let the play progress, and VAR is there to intervene in these instances. Now, Perisic was offside by, half an inch. Okay, he's
Oh,
offside.
that was so shit, bro.
Should have intervened on. I reckon it should have intervened on that instance, but it could have went both ways. VAR clearly didn't see there was enough in it. But I messaged a couple of the boys during the match. I feel Barella mentally he needs to mature a lot. When
Of
a
course he
call
does, bro.
doesn't go his way, he carries on like it's the end of the world, and it's going to cost him yellows, and it has in the past. I just feel he needs to mature a lot.
Like Brozovic
But
does.
overall, how old is he? Not old, and he's played almost
23?
every game this season, other than games he was suspended for. So I feel he's done.
Bro, Brozo was good today, but before the on Uncle Sharma's channel, I was discussing this before. With the amount of midfielders we have, if Sensi's coming back into the frame of mind, do you think either one of Brozovic or Eriksson could be moved along? Especially since one has huge wages and the other one's starting to hit that age where Inter might want to sell. No, Bruno, not one of them could be moved along. I might actually go to Mario first. What do you think, man?
I don't think so. I don't think yet.
Mhm.
I still think they're both really important pieces to Conte's system. Unless he has like another guy or two that he really wants to bring in that he's really going to push for this summer, I don't see them moving. Eriksson maybe, because I feel like they kind of wanted to flip him for that 20 million, but he's been too good, and I don't think the market's going to reflect on the transfer, that the value of what Inter values him at, really. So it's going to be a tough one to actually like part ways with him, even though the wages or whatever the case is. I think they both stay. Honestly, it's more of that depth role that they would kind of need, or like a strategic kind of replacement. So so Conte can put in like a more attacking midfielder if you wanted to, or like a ball-winning midfielder, like that kind of Vidal, Medel kind of player that they wanted. That's the only person that could see them really want to bring in, because the center mids between Barella, Sensi, Eriksson, and I guess Vidal, you don't really want to mess with those, because they're all hardworking, box to box ish kind of players where they can do a little bit of everything. They can all play in that regista role if they have to as makeshift, but that Brozovic spot's the only place where they really need coverage, because Gagliardini he's not it. He's got to go more than anybody. But
yeah, 100%. Bruno, I know you're probably going to head off soon, man. It's 4:30 a.m. here. For God's sake, finish it up.
Look, I think if the right offer comes along, anyone's for sale at the moment, especially in COVID times. Out of the two, I'd much more prefer to see Brozovic go. Two things. First being that new neck tattoo is just horrendous.
The worst.
Disgusting.
It's disgusting.
That's like what's his name? Perotti's from Roma. Horrible.
And secondly, I just think, look, Brozovic at 70% is many midfielders at 100% these days. But at the same time, Inter's been very well known to either be a retirement home, or B, they hold on to that player for too long where they lose their value. Now, if we can get, and I did hear rumblings at the end of last season, Kante from Chelsea. So if there's a nice swap deal there, and Brozovic can link up with Kovacic, why not? But I just feel the right amount of money for Brozovic is just you can't say no. As for Eriksson, I want to be VP in Mario's club there, because you know what, he's been phenomenal for us. And we said at the start of Conte's era, Anthony, you and I, we had a podcast, and we said we need that someone who can take those set pieces, who can take those corners. And we've seen what he can do from a set piece. We've seen he can score goals from corner kicks. You know, we've seen him capable of everything, and we can't afford to let something of that caliber go when we're only at the bottom. We're still got a long way to get to that top, and the Serie A is only the beginning. We've got many other competitions to look forward to, and I think Eriksen's going to be a pivotal part in that. Anyway, boys, I've got to head off. Like Anthony said, it is 4:30, and I've got a little one who's going to need a feed any minute now. So you boys enjoy Forza Inter, and we'll talk soon. Ciao.
Bye-bye.
Link up soon, bro. Ciao. Mo, any final thoughts or any last final words? And we'll keep the discussion going for just a little bit longer as I start to check if there's any football to put me to sleep.
Man, I just can't believe that we're about to win the Scudetto.
Me too.
10 years, guys. 10 years.
10 years. Oh, Milan's playing in 15 minutes. That'll put me to sleep for sure.
Benevento.
Cheering. Yep. Cheering.
It's a
cheering,
big
cheering.
game. It's a big game for Benevento, guys. It's a
Big
massive
game for both
Benevento.
teams, cuz it's a huge game for both teams, to be honest.
Yeah,
If Milan are
it's-
serious about making top four, they have to win this game. Mario, bro, we haven't spoken to you in a few weeks, so maybe you can give us a little bit of a revised top four for you. Actually, remind us, what was your top four at the start of the season? Because we're going to
think
have to
it
start
was-
gathering who was the closest.
I think it was Inter, Juve, Napoli. At the beginning of the season, I don't think I had Milan at the time. I don't think I put Milan in until like they started. Where the fuck am I?
I forget.
I
if you put
remember.
Atalanta
I
or
remember.
Lazio.
I remember. I agreed with Mario. He said. I remembered. He said. Inter, Juve. He said Atalanta, and he was between Napoli and Lazio just because of Jerry Mancini, his friend.
Yeah.
I think he just said Lazio for Jerry to be
I did.
happy.
I did.
I remember that. I remember this. I
Yeah,
think
'cause-
you were in Calcio Connection, and you told him Lazio, and they were like, okay.
I picked Lazio for fourth. I remember that, and they
Yeah,
still
'cause-
stand a chance to do
'Cause
that.
I always liked Napoli. I think they're a top team on their day, but the problem is they were hit with injuries, and there was so much going on with that club that they just couldn't figure it out in like the long term for the season. When like they play sporadically, like really good. Like right now they're good, but like 3 months ago they were struggling. They were scraping a win or tying and losing. It was really sad to see. They were what, 7th place, 8th place almost for a little bit.
Well, now the rumors are starting to seep in that, Gattuso and De Laurentiis will sit down again just to review it all, because it doesn't look like much is up there at the moment, bro. It looks like Gattuso's doing a pretty good job.
If he makes
But yeah.
Anthony, guys, can you put the actual, not pick top four, put the actual standing, like who's gonna be second, third, fourth, fifth?
Oh, the whole standing is way too hard still, isn't it?
No. Like I think, in my opinion, based on the fixtures left, I think it's
Yeah.
gonna be Inter, Atalanta, Napoli, Juventus, Lazio, Milan.
If Milan comes sixth, that'll be hilarious, bro.
Oh,
That would be
man.
so funny, man. Oh
They
my
literally-
god, their
They
fans.
did exactly what we did.
They wouldn't be able to cope,
Guys, they
bro.
have the toughest 6 points out of all of them. They play Juventus away and Atalanta away. So it's to me, these
Yeah.
6 points for them are like the furthest from anybody else. Like,
I don't know.
I know what you mean. Guys, there are 34 people in this chat. If you have not, please like the video and let us know in the comments how you're feeling about Scudetto number 19. Mario, I know it was really quick, but any last thoughts? And you know what? We'll probably link up sometime this week. Any last thoughts on today's win and the inevitable Scudetto?
I'm just really happy to see the confidence from Eriksen to just jump in and take charge of the game. I didn't see Sensi the first half. I kind of wish I did, because I always talk a lot of shit about him. But I do like him as a player and what he offers. But he's just not play. My problem is he doesn't play.
Yeah, I
When
know.
he plays, he's fine.
It's hard. Yeah.
the problem is you can't rely on him. Yes, Mario, you can't,
Exactly.
because you can't just sell Ericsson and say, oh, since he's back, no, okay,
No, you can't do that.
injured, done.
No.
It doesn't make any
No.
sense because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, we got Sensi for cheap. we did this. We have Sensi. Sensi's so good. Okay,
Sensi's more expensive than Ericsson, by the way. Sensi's more expensive.
exactly.
Sensi's 25 and Ericsson was 20. So
20 to 24, something like that, around there.
Mhm.
One of those. I don't know, but yes, it's you can't like rely on Sensi. If he's gonna have one good game and then miss the next 14, what's the point? It doesn't matter what his price tag is. Like I said, the same thing about Osimhen for Napoli. You paid 80 million for him. He played 10 games. You know, you pay big money for these players. They gotta play. They gotta stay fit. They can't be fucking around. They can't be, out of nightclubs and then catching COVID right after.
Yeah,
Let me ask you
100%.
something. Euro 2020, which is going to be played in a couple of months.
Yeah.
Ericsson plays for Denmark, plays really well. Real Madrid come back again, as they did 3 years ago. They went for 50 million, and Tottenham said no. They come and say 50 million. Here you go for Ericsson. Would you be in favor of selling for 50 million? Because if he plays well in the Euros, this is the market value.
Yeah.
To replace Modric, who is 35 years old, going 36, right? Like there's a massive difference in age.
Yeah. I don't like to say yes, but I wouldn't say no. If I love Ericsson, I want him to stay at the club as long as he can. Well, I say the same thing about Icardi, about Lautaro. If a good offer comes in and you can't say no to it, especially in today's market where we're in so much debt and all that nonsense, you got to do what's best for the club first.
Yeah. Well said by everybody. Guys, I'm going to have to do the selfish thing and dip because I've just felt a massive crash in the last 7 or 8 minutes and it's definitely time to go to bed. But as Mo said, can't believe it. I still won't be able to believe it when I wake up from a quick nap. But yeah, we better start believing it because Scudetto number 19 is here. And what a comment came through before, and people like Mario and Christian are really good at doing this. We'll start talking about next season early. We will start talking about Conte early, his plans early, and what's on the horizon. There won't be drastic changes personnel-wise, but he'll be as hungry as ever. So I can't wait. Mario, thanks for joining us, cuz. We'll link up soon, man. Have a good day.
Wish I came sooner.
Absolutely. And Mo, as always, thanks for joining us on Inter Worldwide. The people will be seeing plenty of you soon.
Thank you, guys. See you, fellas.
See you later, boys. Ciao.
Ciao.